Now, with so many athletes in the league becoming icons both on and off the court, their fashion statements are often taken more serious than their own play at times. Now, whether it be custom accessories, jewelry, or even tattoos, it's very clear that many players take their style and image just as serious as their performance. But with that being said, some of these accessories that have recently been banned from the NBA and the fines that come with them you won't believe. Now, Kanye West recently took to Instagram and other social medias, making it very clear that he was designing a signature shoe into something that NBA players would soon enjoy. But according to ESPN, Kanye's shoes, which would be the basketball version of his popular Yeezys, would be banned by the NBA because of the shining reflective material heel. Now, the NBA potentially found these shoes in violation of the NBA's footwear color restrictions, particularly because of the distraction it would cause for in-arena spectators and television viewers. Sports Illustrated reporters said that the reflective heel would be banned by the NBA without a doubt, but didn't say anything negative when asked if the shoe would be accepted if it was modified to a style without the reflection. Now, obviously Yeezys have made waves the last few years, and many players have been seen wearing them before and after their games. Although many top-tier players in the league have their own shoes like LeBron, James Harden, Kyrie, Kanye's approach is for the middle-tier athletes that don't have their own shoe deal. So with players no longer being required to wear shoes matching their team's uniform colors, the league still has an approval process for new brands in the beginning of the season. According to the NBA's vice president of outfitting and equipment, he said, "Companies will typically submit sneakers for the first half of the season by early August, with shoes scheduled to be worn after the All-Star break required for approval by early December." Now, after Kanye ended up hearing that his shoes would be denied, he took his thoughts to Instagram, saying that the sneaker's been in the works for over 3 years and has gone through 300 plus examples to perfect this NBA style. Adidas athletes were expected to debut the shoe on the court during this year's season, but every year NBA officials have to sign off on new designs from sportswear brands ahead of their game time appearance, and a source told ESPN they likely would not be permitted, although a version without the reflective material could be in the future. Now, earlier this season, the NBA notified J.R. Smith that he could face a fine for each game that he fails to cover up a new tattoo. Last August, J.R. ended up rocking a new tattoo on the back of his right leg displaying the company logo of Supreme, which is his way of showcasing the brand under the spotlight. But Smith's tattoo, which is of a company logo, doesn't follow the guidelines set by the NBA, the collective bargaining agreement. Now, according to Article 37, it actually states that a player may not, during any NBA game, display any commercial, promotional, or charitable name, mark, logo, or other identification, including but not limited to his body, in his hair, or otherwise. This ultimately means that JR is not allowed to show off any other branding than what the NBA promotes or is within their branding contract. This allows the NBA to fully fine Smith for having the logo displayed during game. Smith actually ended up speaking publicly about this issue and even said, "So I was informed today that I would be fined every game if I don't cover up my Supreme tattoo on my legs during games. These people in the league office are something else," and in the caption he actually added that he felt targeted by the league. Even prior to this year's season beginning, Lonzo Ball also dealt with a similar situation surrounding his very own brand. Just 2 weeks after the NBA warned JR of his Supreme tattoo, the NBA also approached Lonzo with the same offer, either cover it up or get fined. Lonzo, who has Big Baller Brand tattooed on his lower right elbow, was asked to cover it up because of the issues it causes with brand deals. Shortly after the controversy, JR as well as Lonzo have been covering up their tattoos with athletic tape ever since. But ironically enough, both players missed large portions of this year's season. J.R. Smith requesting a trade but being unsuccessful with his demand earlier in the year and not playing a single game since, and Lonzo suffering devastating injuries that held him out as well as being surrounded by the constant spotlight, headlines, and drama with trade rumors similar to last season. But the entire ruling surrounding this situation was actually put into place around 2011, but hasn't been something that the NBA acted on until last year, when the NBA asked Washington Wizards forward Kelly Oubre Jr. to remove his Supreme leg sleeve that he wore during a game. Now, unlike a permanent tattoo, Kelly was slightly moved by the fact that NBA would ask this, but did remove it as it was a small change. And even J.R. Smith was involved with the Supreme issue then as well when he wore an arm sleeve from the company. During a highly anticipated matchup against the Lakers and Lonzo Ball under the spotlight, Smith took to the court rocking the latest creation from this billion-dollar company and brand of Supreme. On his left arm, the shooting guard rocked a dry-fit Nike shooting sleeve featuring the NBA logo with the iconic slanted Supreme script. He said, "I thought the sleeve was dope. Obviously Supreme is an amazing brand, but the fact that they did a collaboration with Nike and the league, it felt like a no-brainer to me. The shooting sleeve was released in 2 colors, black and red, online and in store, but quickly disappeared forever after these 2 instances took place." Now another instance surrounding brand issues was when Iman Shumpert headlined the NBA news back in 2013 when playing for the Knicks. One night he actually got an Adidas logo shaved into the back of his head. For Shumpert, he's always been known for his unique identity both on and off the court, his unique fashion sense, and of course his one-of-a-kind high-top hairstyles, so he didn't think that there'd be an issue with this design. Now during a Friday night game against the Bucks, the NBA happened to notice the logo, and by the next day, Iman posted a picture of a freshly shaved triangle in the back of his head, and a caption that said, "Sorry NBA, didn't realize there were branding issues with the logo." The NBA acted quickly, making Iman get rid of this logo, but a day prior, an ESPN reporter stated the NBA shouldn't even have an issue with the design because Adidas is a partner of the NBA. But many others fired back saying that any logos are banned unless it's on the player's shoe or it's involved with the sponsorship deals. Now, dozens of players have worn face masks in the NBA over the years. Rip Hamilton broke his nose in 2003 and wore a mask for the rest of his career. It basically became his signature trademark. Clear masks we've seen time and time again, but why does the secretive black mask only come out during rare and unique occasions of legendary players? And why exactly did it get banned from the league? Now in the 2012 All-Star Game, Dwayne Wade actually broke Kobe's nose, and for the first few games back, Kobe rocked the clear mask that everyone is used to. But when the beginning of March came, Kobe busted out an all-black mask which shocked the world, and really set forth the Black Mamba in full effect. Now Kobe helped design the black mask because he claimed that his normal clear mask would fog easily. But Kobe only wore the mask for half of a game because he wasn't comfortable. Now believe it or not, Bryant actually had 3 masks made in Detroit by the maker of Richard Hamilton's mask that he tried on at the team shoot around that Tuesday morning. And the black one just so happened to simply be the most comfortable of the 5. Now the 3 games that Kobe played in after the All-Star Game, he scored 30 plus in each of those 3 games that he played with the clear mask, so this new and improved black one seemed very promising. At the end of 2012, Kobe actually auctioned off this mask for $67,000 towards his foundation, and 4 years later, Kobe auctioned off another mask for charity that went for around the same amount. Now with all of that being said, a letter from a member of the Los Angeles Lakers training staff said, in order to make the mask, a molding of Kobe's face had to be made. Kobe had to sit for several minutes while the mold was applied and hardened. Once this mold was created, the mask was formed. The mask originally had 2 straps, one that wrapped around his head, and another which wrapped over the top, but Kobe didn't like the strap over the top of his head, so the team had to remove it. One main complaint that Kobe had with the mask was that it kept fogging up, so the team decided to add 4 small dots in specific pressure areas to help reduce this effect. Now when Kyrie was asked earlier this season about masks in game, he said, "I hate wearing it, but somehow it's caused a craze on Instagram as well as social media. I understand that it's just for my safety, so I throw on the mask for a few weeks and go about my business." Now Irving said to wear a mask on multiple occasions during his career with the Cavaliers and Celtics, but the most notable game came back in 2012. Irving broke a bone in his jaw in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks, then a day later got a mask to wear prior to facing the New York Knicks. On December 15th of 2012, Kyrie went to Madison Square Garden and had a game of his career with 41 points, 15 for 25 shooting, 5 for 8 from 3-point range, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. Now this performance right here was so legendary that they literally named it because of how iconic it was, to the Phantom in the Garden. Kyrie took over in the 4th quarter while wearing this black mask and scored 17, while some claim that he actually looked like a superhero with the Cavaliers that night. In 19 games of wearing a mask, both black and clear, during that 2012 and 2013 season, Irving averaged over 24 points while shooting over 47% from the field and nearly 40% from 3. Now during a game against the Oklahoma City Thunder back in 2014, LeBron James suffered a broken nose when he was struck in the face by Serge Ibaka while going up for a dunk. Prior to his return to the court since breaking his nose here, James said, "I've been talking to Marvel Comics for the last couple of days and DC Comics to try and come up with one of the greatest masks of all time, so we'll see what happens." As he returned to the court against the New York Knicks in the Garden as well, he debuted as something legendary. While the Heat came out in their all-black uniforms, LeBron himself debuted an all-black mask like something of a superhero right before our eyes, so we knew that he was on a mission that night. Now that game, the Heat beat the Knicks 108-82, while LeBron torched all of his defenders, dropping 31 points on 13 of 19 shooting with 4 rebounds and 4 assists in just 37 minutes, including a dunk where he literally looked like the Dark Knight as he drove in, slammed, and yelled to the crowd. After the game, LeBron and his teammates loved the mask so much that they even made shirts for it. as well as LeBron posting a picture on Instagram of us side by side with him and Batman, saying that he's always wanted to save Gotham from criminals. Unfortunately, this mask was short-lived as the NBA didn't approve of the black mask, and they immediately asked LeBron to switch to a clear one. Although LeBron fought for the black mask, he ended up switching it up to avoid the penalty. Now, the main reason he was forced to switch is that the NBA doesn't allow any uniform alterations to be made that they cannot profit from. After initially giving LeBron the go-ahead for wearing a black protective mask over his broken nose that Thursday night, the league ended up changing course and requested James to wear a clear mask that the league considers appropriate. No other explanation was ever given by the league, but James' carbon fiber mask was made by a local Miami manufacturer, and because the NBA doesn't financially benefit, the mask had to go. In early March of 2014, after switching to the clear mask, all of this controversy didn't stop LeBron from having arguably one of the best games of his career when he faced the Bobcats with none other than Michael Jordan watching. It was a crazy night for LeBron James as he managed a career-high 61 points against the Bobcats, where he also collected 7 rebounds and 5 assists while making 8 threes in that 124-107 victory in the clear mask. Now, plenty of NBA players around the league over the years have a one-of-a-kind style both on and off the court, and many players that you see in today's league often showcase their fashion pre-game or during interviews. Now, a common trait between all of them is the one-of-a-kind jewelry they're able to pull off. We've seen many players like LeBron, Kevin Durant, James Harden, and even Kyrie show off their gold and diamond pieces, and even less significant players in today's league want to shine as well. So players like Lance Stevenson and even Lonzo Ball have joined in. Now, outside of the court, players have a lot of leniency on what they can wear, but wearing jewelry in games was actually something that was popular earlier on until it eventually got banned by the league. Wearing gold chains during games stems back to the all-time great pioneers of the game, when people like Julius Irving, Daryl Dawkins, and even Michael Jordan actually did this. When people say that in eras past the league was different, they definitely aren't lying, seeing as there's so many new rules and bans that have come out since then. But Dr. J was one of the first to creatively dunk in the league, as well as rocking a gold chain during his NBA game. Now, believe it or not, there's actually a famous picture of him and Larry Bird both reaching for each other's necks, so you can see how dangerous this could have been. But in many instances, Julius rocked it with the Nets. Other players like Daryl Dawkins, someone who later became a teammate of Julius, went above and beyond every game, wearing multiple long chains with pennants on them that often swung out of the jersey and would fly around hitting other people. Many people like to credit Dawkins for the main reason why chains are banned because of the excessive amount and how long and ridiculous the jewelry actually was that he'd be wearing in an actual game. But with that being said, even the GOAT himself of Michael Jordan wore gold chains around his neck during games at times with the Chicago Bulls. Whether he was sitting on the bench or going up for some type of iconic dunk, MJ rocked either 1 or 2 chains to add a little extra shine at times, but it was a short-lived fad that he ended up switching after controversy over them being worn in game. But with all of that being said, what do you guys think of the recently banned items in the NBA today? Let me know in the comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe now so you don't miss out.